I remember that at the beginning, I didn't think too much about my culture inheritance, and I didn't think too much about feeling proud about where I was coming from. And that is something I learned here, that I come from a beautiful, beautiful culture and my background, and I should be proud of where I'm coming from, who I am as a person, because we have a culture. And regardless of how much I have grown or as a person, as an individual, I still have all those things that make me who I am. And that's something I have learned here in the United States, to be proud of who I am. It was scary. It was scary, and it was challenging, because when I left Guatemala, and this was again thanks to these people that I used to work, they were the ones who gave me the money to come here to the United States. I was a single mother, so I came here with a 4-year-old child. And being a single parent in the United States is one of the most difficult things. And because you rely on family when you are in your country, with your culture, when you are in your hometown. And I came here and I had no family, I had nobody, I had no idea how difficult it was to be a single mother. So it was very, very challenging, very difficult. Learn the language, okay? Adapt yourself, and make sure that you embrace to be here without losing your culture. But when I said embrace, I mean watch English TV, learn the culture, learn to live among American people, and respect the laws, and study, go to school. Go to school. I went to college where I used to live. We used to have, there is a college just like here, the junior college. And I used to go to school every single night for years and years until I graduated from school. And then I started feeling that I was part of this community. And now I am proud to be an American citizen, because the United States gave me the opportunity to be who I am now. So that would be the advice I will give anybody. Learn the language and learn to live among people that are American citizens.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot that plays into it. The whole reason why we're here, and specifically in Santa Rosa, is something that I've always wondered. And I finally got the courage to ask, like, why Santa Rosa? And it was just a matter of opportunity. I think my brother was the first one to come to Santa Rosa. He knew some people from our town that were already here, that were already working, so it just made it that much easier for him to find work. And then eventually all of us came up. But it definitely changed us. Like I said, like, I left a lot of my family and my roots back home. And so it's almost like you're uprooted and then you're placed somewhere else, and then you're expected to, like, survive and adapt and assimilate and acculturate and all these, like, things that you have to do in order to, like, fit in. But it definitely changed us. Like, it kind of broke a piece off, because many of us couldn't travel back home. When my grandmas got ill, my uncles, my aunts got ill and started passing away, we started losing some of those branches in our family tree, and so it made it difficult. Like, all of a sudden we weren't from there anymore. We didn't have much of a connection back home, right? So then you kind of feel like you're cut off, and then you only belong to one place now, and you kind of go through that. Like I said, all of my siblings, we all live up here. in the state. For some of us, like for myself, I haven't been able to go back home, travel back home, and even now that I have the opportunity to go back home, it's been difficult to make that decision just because I feel so disconnected. But it kind of changes the way you see things, the way you feel about things, and it kind of like motivates you, but at the same time you're kind of conditioned to feel like you can't visit, you don't have no more connections, you don't have family, your family's limited, and like all these things. Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting experience, but it's really common in my community.
In my home country, well, everybody looked like me, so it was, it's not something to worry about racism over there. But for the first time, I experienced racism when I ran for Roanoke Park City Council. It was last year in November. I encountered a lot of racism because I am an immigrant and because I am a woman of color. A lot of people thought that when I was talking about helping immigrants, that I was turning the country into, I was gonna turn the town into something that people didn't like. And that I got called all kind of names, really, really mean names. It was really hurtful. It took me a week to stop my campaign, to digest, and then go back on the field. But despite all those racism, I felt strongly that it was time for somebody to stand up and deal with it. Because not everybody have the strength to deal with racism, because racism, not only racism hurt a person, but it also hurt your spirit, your mind. It affects every aspect of your life. And on that, I went through it, and it is something that I will never want anybody to go through. So for me, I turned this negative experience to even want to do more for the people that deal with racism. Because I have a son, and I know that there's certain things that I can tell you, but because you guys are children, I have to really filter a lot of things. But all I can tell you guys is that racism do exist, and a lot of people tend to ignore it, sometimes because it doesn't really affect them directly, or it's not, they weren't the target. But it's, in reality, it affects all of us one way or the other. That's why we should not treat people based on their color or based on how they look. We should really treat people the way we want it to be treated. That's how we can bring the difference. There's no difference between me being black, you being white, her being brown, or her being Asian. All of us come from the same place, and I believe that you guys are the hope of our next generation coming up. You guys will bring that change, and that's why I fight strongly about doing the best I can to educate children to understand that racism is a real thing, and we need to stop it from the bottom.
Well, first of all, I'm so happy to be with you guys, and thank you for having me today. I'm encouraging you to ask questions, because when you ask a question, you solve problems. When you ask a question, you acquire more knowledge. When you ask a question, you start a relationship. When you ask a question, you encourage people to be creative. So part of being interviewing is to get to know more about people. Sometimes we use our technologies and social media to get to know people on, Facebook or other social media platforms. But it's totally different experience when you sit in front of people and ask them. And don't be shy, just ask the questions. That's the way that I learned the language. That's the way that I, being part of successful in this life, to ask a question, because no one knows everything. We born to learn. We born to ask a question. We have curiosity to ask the questions. So I encourage you guys for the future, keep asking questions, bugging your teacher, your parents. Always ask the questions. Sometimes, people get frustrated to answer the same answer for, many times questions, but it's important. Always ask questions. If you saw something in the street and you didn't understand, ask your parents, ask your friend, hey, what's that mean? Why people talk in that way? What's this phrase mean? And also I encourage you to learn languages, because language is like a friend. I speak 3 languages, so I have 3 friends. Wherever I go, I can use those friends to speak to people. So language is really important. And also put a dream in your mind, put like a goal and a dreams, and work hard to get those dreams achieved. Nothing easy in this life, and we always say easy come, easy go. So everything you want really to do, you need to put in your mind. There's a lot of difficult times, and there is a lot of critical path we have to go through to achieve those dreams. So never give up on your dreams, and be always a bigger dreamers. Coming to United States and being part of this community, it was one of my dreams, because I like to get to know people, I like to make friends. So I put that dreams in my mind when I was a kid like you, and here I am. I am here in the United States.
Hi, I'm Zachary March.
I'm Layla Hall.
I'm Samantha Boyer.
I'm Kai Fan.
My name is Amelia Cermick.
My name is Brian Sandoval.
My name is Brandon Manzano.
My name is Jones Montalban.
My name is Diego Herrera.
Hi, my name is Ubin Wong.
Hey, my name is Jacob March.
Hi, my name is Adosta Lily.
Hello, it's your boy, Kevin Luis Amelio Medina.
Hi, my name is Brian Villalobos.
Hello, my name is Gahi Yefner. Hello, my name is Vanessa Carapia.
Hello, my name is Yanma Gonzalez.